Hello, ladies. I haven't even said a single thing, and you're already here. I can feel the love. Hello, hello, hello. Who do we got? Is that Heather? Heather, and Irene. Heather and Irene. I can't see shit in Heather and Irene. I can't touch the phone because it just took me 20 minutes to get the microphone going. Can everybody hear me? Is the sound okay? Is it check 1 2, check 1 2? Everybody can hear me. Please let me know because this thing was a fucking nightmare for some reason to set up. I had like the most magical day in the entire world today. I went up to the lake, I got some tools, did some magic, did some shit, and now I'm like, what is going down? Because what I connected with today was very powerful. Welcome everybody to the chat. We're about to get it popping, get it cracking. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. As always, gonna get some energy ready to speak, but first, let's see what the old dice gotta say. South Node, Libra, and the 8th house. So I almost feel like you can turn your back on something now. That's what I'm getting. Turn your back on something and like, the universe is like, honey, you are fine. Loss. 8th house loss. Scorpio, transformation. Karma and debt. Oh my gosh, you know what I really think that this is about? Thanks for kicking ass, whoever is already kicking ass with the trolls. We got up to like 20 people in the chat. I had a feeling it was all trolls. So, way to go, moderators. Get those idiots out of here. Like literally, you are walking away from karma, okay? Like, I don't know who did something to you or what you've been having to face directly and go directly towards, but you now get to turn your back, and turning your back means that I think your karmic debt has been paid. I think, and you know what was so funny, the only person I talked to today, well, actually my sister was talking to them, he has a diner kind of like on the side of the road, up by the lake and the many lakes, and he's gonna open up a dispensary, but he has a assault charge from like 15 years ago or something, and he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the license to be able to do this, and I'm like, my sister was like, honestly, I think you're fine. Like, I think once it's like 10 years or something like that, it has to be in the same category, and assault isn't in the same category as cannabis, so it's like, it's almost like, I mean, with people with records, okay, how much you're held back because of that record really fucks with you. And that's why now getting into the times that we're getting into, you know, there's that little spot, have you been to jail? And now it's like, you know what they say underneath? We are not here to judge you. We just want to know what you did. Because if it was some misdemeanor, you know, that you had to go to jail for, or something that you didn't do, then that company would have no problem hiring you. Like, not everybody who goes to jail, for one, is a criminal, and not everybody who goes to jail actually did it. For one, some of them get framed, some of them get coerced into it, some of them get coaxed into it, some of them fucking get bribed into it, some of them don't even know they got into it. Okay, like the law is a very fine line, but once you break it, you broke it. And unfortunately, when you break the law, you have to pay for that. You have to pay for that. Okay, so. Okay, with the energies I wanted to come out, okay, so what I'm getting with your energies that came up today is that I think there's a lot of support headed your way, which is why you're allowed to turn around and walk away from something instead of continuing to be driven into something. Your karmic debt, you have been, from the looks of it, quite a soldier. And you know that soldiers will keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, and no matter how much you try to even take the fight out of them, you can't. Once you're a soldier for life. Like, it is so hard for you to put the gun down, the sword down, right? Because once you see a wrong being wronged, you know, it's very hard because you want to make that wrong a right because of the power that you have, okay? So, I feel like, because you were the way that you were for so long, and the energy that you had to put up with, okay, you're being like, you know what I almost feel like? I feel like you're changing places with somebody. I feel like somebody was in the wrong role, you know, and they took something from you, and they made you pay for something, and they did something, they put you into war, and they put you in this state where I think it was really hard to keep cool, keep calm, keep collected, keep moving on, keep moving forward, keep changing, right? It's really hard to do really beautiful things for yourself when you're in awful, horrendous energy, okay? Put it that way. So I feel like you kind of get to skin swap with somebody kind of more spiritually than actual skin, but I feel like there's a swap here, and that's why you're turning around, because it's almost like you get to walk up to something finally for the very last time, leave your carcass, and just walk away. And you get this new body, you get this new something. Like, don't be surprised if you, I mean, this has happened to me a few times where I've woken up and I feel like, oh my god, this is my first day on earth. Like, it takes me a couple hours to realize that I'm here and that I'm in this life, and then the download of Whitney comes in of who I am. But I definitely feel like that has happened to me a few times. Not just one time, a few times. So this could be a huge, like, collective awakening where the soul that you have is not the soul that you're supposed to get, or it's the soul, your soul has been swapped with something. And unfortunately, you have been kind of living a lie. And don't be surprised if you've been doing things that are very out of character for a long time, where you used to be very different before. All of a sudden, this one place and time where you changed, right? And that change kind of slowly took over, which is like usually awful circumstances and poverty and loss of a loved one, or spouse moves out, house burns down, something tragic, and then you change forever. And you don't notice how much you've changed because the change happened so quick, and you were so quick to jump into those shoes because you wanted to hate for the first time. And when something gives you an excuse to hate, trust me, it can take over. That hate gets very strong, and there's parts of people that hate never goes away. It takes over and it never goes away. Irene, are you tagging me in posts right now while I'm going live? You're so funny. Oh my god, Pam's here. What up, Pam? We're getting a little bit attacked, but it's not that bad. We are diving in to a really nice energy about soul swapping. Swapping souls for another soul. And I really feel like what this is going to do for the collective, this soul swap, what it's going to do for the collective is that's those times where you're going to see people that are in really good positions lose it. And you can think to yourself, that person's never going to lose their job. They've got 10-year. They're a dentist. That's their practice. Oh, people can lose shit fast. Okay? They can lose everything fast. Trust me, I'm one of those people. I know how fast it took to lose everything I had worked so hard for. 8 of Swords. Yeah. 6 of Swords. Belial. Sun with Pisces. Saturn with Taurus. 5 of Pentacles. Like, what the fuck? So they bind you up. Okay, so whoever hurt you, okay, whoever swapped bodies with you, whoever swapped souls with you, they told everybody that they loved you. Okay, loved you. While they're stealing your soul. Yeah, that's love. And then this person is very good looking. Okay, whoever stole energy from you is really hot. Okay, so whoever I'm bringing this energy up with, okay, like his penis is here. Okay, he's a full-blown dick in this picture, and he is delicious. Okay, I would lick this card if I could, and he knows it. Okay, so I'm not even going to show you because I don't know how I have to rate it if I put gender on here. Like I don't know how that works being a partner, so I'm just not going to go down that road. But let me tell you, whoever swapped and took your energy is delicious. Okay, but that's the whole thing. Okay, that's the whole hoax about it, is that's how they're getting it, because of their looks. That's all it is. Okay, that's all it is. And their looks have caused you to lose everything, and you kind of don't think about this person because you think how hot they are and how good looking they are, and that you know, if you've got a chance with them again, you would take it. And that's why the energy has to stay away from you, because it is so toxic from you that this person knows exactly how to take your energy, and all they have to do is flash themselves at you, and you give them everything. Okay? Honestly, that's why looks are awful. Okay, they don't mean anything. It's a show. It's a lure. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. So you go from the 5 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. That's a connection. Okay, that would be Venus and Gemini. That would be actually something beneficial than what this person does to you. I don't know, they might be still siphoning off of you. You have to be very careful with your energy. You have to be very careful with who you share it with. You have to be very careful with who you're friends with on the internet, who you let into your life. Okay? 6 of Pentacles. Ooh, the pirate ship comes in. There's Libra again. With Venus. So 7 of Cups. This person has stolen so much money from you. Okay, your soul that was connected with you is a soul that makes a lot of money. What up, two-tone? Okay, in every lifetime, you are a person who barters. You're a person who makes money. You're a person who takes care of themselves. Okay, what this partner has managed to do to you, okay, is majority steal your money. Okay. So don't be surprised if you haven't worked for a while, or if your work ethic is awful, you call in sick all the time, or you get fired all the time. It's because this person siphons your ability to work. So when you're trying to work at work, they're taking more energy from you, so you get exhausted faster. You don't want to go to work anymore, even though you know you have to go. You know you have to pay your bills, but suddenly you don't have to make any money. You don't want to make any money. It's not that worth it. Your life's not that worth it anymore. Well, yeah, it is. It's even more worth it when you say it's not worth it, because then you know your energy is going to somebody else, and you can't make the energy for yourself because it goes to them. Okay, that's a very toxic energy, and this has been very confusing for somebody. Okay, because your soul was swapped, and it's like your mind has this work ethic of how much you try and how hard you try, but then when you go out into the real world and you have to do a 9 to 5 again, or you have to do a 40-hour week or a 50-hour week or a 20-hour week, and you find by like 3 or 4 weeks in, you're done. You don't want to work anymore. You're exhausted. Well, yeah, how could you not be? All of your energy is going so then this other person can get their 10 of Pentacles. They can get whatever they want in their life. Well, you get stuck in the 5 of Pentacles, constantly trying to make something, and it's all going down the drain. Constantly trying to make something, all going down the drain. To the point where you've probably either been homeless, poverty-stricken in some way, not been able to pay your rent, not been able to pay for food, not been able to buy a car, not been able to get somewhere, probably almost lost your job because you didn't have the money to get there. Okay, this was all part of the plan to keep taking this work away from you, because your soul was honestly what I just saw your soul on, which is so sad, on like a hamster wheel. And you're like drinking from the thing that hamsters drink from, that's attached to the side of the cage. You're even like drinking from that, because they're not even allowing you to stop and have a drink. You have to continue to go. The second you stop, they make you go again. It's like you almost get whipped to go again. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Chariot in reverse. Literally getting nowhere. Queen of Wands in reverse. Two of Cups again. Like, I mean, look at them. Look at them engaged. They're doing very naughty things to each other. It's this feminine demon with a masculine demon. And, like, she's just pouring her cup right into his mouth. And, you know, that's how I'm feeling. Like, you were just pouring everything into this person, and they were taking it all and giving nothing back. They didn't want to give back to you if it fucking costed the relationship. And guess what? It costed the relationship, but they're still getting it from you in another realm. Page of Wands in reverse. Immature fire energy. Oh, don't be surprised if, like, the relationship with you two would have been, like, on and off, okay? Like, and when it's on, it's so fired up, it's so passionate, and then you break up, right? And then you go, like, a month or two, or a little while broken up, couple weeks or whatever, and then you're back together, and it's, like, everything's pumping again, everything's going again, and then you break up. Like, it's a very on and off again relationship, because it's a quick fling. It's just quick energy that they get from you. Okay, And that's why you're leaving it behind, because this isn't love, and you've realized it. You've realized that this relationship, this kind of relationship, is not love. Anything that is built off of sex is not love, okay? Sex comes second, third, fourth, fifth. Definitely does not come first, okay? So there's the Empress. And Temperance. So I feel like now the universe is going to offer you something different. Okay? Something a little bit more fired up. Alright? 9 of Wands. Something that you would want to fight for. Not just you fight for and that's what makes the relationship. Is you're both kind of intrigued by one another, and that intriguement leads to kind of like a safety, like you both feel like you want to protect each other. Almost, you both feel like, because you know what the relationship is like to not love, so it's almost like that love now is to be kind of harvested very delicately, right? Where things take time and it's more of a vision. Whatever you're cultivating becomes something that you see and create, not something that you see, you take, and then you try to create something through a vision of something else, right? Like, I want to be like Courtney and Travis, or I want to be like Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood. Like, no, absolutely not. When you think of yourself in the future with somebody, that's the energy. I just hope that our energies come together and we've got what it takes to hold it together, right? Like, not like you want to be like anybody else, because the thing is you don't know how anybody is behind closed doors. And the way that I've seen things, when people get with some of these so-called hot, sexy people, whatever, they change into very disgusting, gross individuals. Okay? So be very careful at what you manifest and what you cultivate in your life, because what you're calling towards you is your intention, is what you're trying to manifest. So be careful with your words and your thoughts and how you bring this into your life, because you've been held back for so long. And because you've been held back for so long, you might slingshot forward. And slingshot forward would mean, like, honestly, you got Temperance twice here. It's making me see it. It is right here in this tiny little patch of white. Okay, it says Temperance, and then right here is Temperance, and I'm like, there's the Page of Swords underneath with the Queen of Swords. Oh wow. Okay, so really, honestly, a lot of honesty coming through. Okay, like, I'm talking blind honesty. And that is what the collective should be looking for, is blind honesty. Okay, being able to be around people and be with people as honest and as openly as possible. Okay, never hiding anything, never, honestly, having that confidence to just say how you feel and say how it is and say how you like things is such a turn on to people, because when you hem and haw and you're like, I don't know, that indecisiveness usually stems from unconfidence. Okay, so the more confident you are, the more you end up doing steps like right away. Just, you think it and you fucking do it, because you have the confidence. Your mind is telling you, you know what your mind is versus things that you hear. Okay, because you'll know it's you, because those are things that you've always thought about, or that you want to think about, or that you have been doing your whole life. Right? Nobody can take those memories away from you. People can try to steer you off, but honestly, if you are one of those people that tends to like move right away in situations, the next time, to kind of judge it to see if you've been really messed with, okay, and fucked with, is the next time you get told to do something really quick, go to do it and then stop yourself. And pull the energy back and be like, okay, do I really want to do this right now? Because why am I all of a sudden being told to do something if it's not a rush? if life is not a race, right? Because there is a sense of when you're ready, fucking do it. And then there's a sense of, okay, I'm ready to do something, so now I'm ready to manifest it. I'm ready for it to come into my life. So I'm slowly going to cultivate it and call it in, which takes time. Right? So there are two ways of doing things when it comes to time. When things are ready to come to you, they come quick. When things are ready to manifest in your life, they start to grow, which is something that you see over time. Right? So on dealing with the time of this, I feel like because you were facing so self, because what was happening to you was so much in your past and so connected to your past, that now turning around and getting out of the situation is going to lead you towards something where it's a relationship that's blind. And the relationships that you have blind, what you have to realize is the image of somebody means nothing. Even where they live almost means nothing. Okay? What is inside of somebody is sacred as fuck. People do not reveal that shit to one another on a first date, okay, through conversation. That kind of shit is shared between two people, and it's very rarely even spoken about, okay, because the sacred art of touch and telepathy, I would say, are the main ingredients in a relationship, because the more you speak, the more almost like people go deaf and they lose their voice. So to depend on two things that you can lose, fucked up in my mind. That's fucked up. So you learn telepathy, you learn sign language, you learn how to communicate with people, right? Because words don't mean anything. Words, people can take words from a fucking book and tell you a story and you believe it. Words are lies. Words are full of deceit. Okay? They cause wars. They have started wars that have shut down countries, that have taken over leaders. Words do not set a precedent in a relationship over fucking words for the life of you, please. Because of how much you can be manipulated through speech. Okay, the way someone touches you, the way someone communicates with you, the way that somebody is with you, that is how somebody feels about you. Do they make eye contact with you? Do they hear you when you speak? Right? By hearing you, they're addressing that they know what you said. Whether it's through touch, through speech, through eye contact, through a look, through a fucking smirk. Right? People are communicating so much more than what we give them credit for, because we're always looking for the words. Well, why have they said anything? Why don't they do anything? I don't understand. Okay, well, you don't understand that person is sending you telepathy right now because they're trying so hard to find words that don't exist to how they feel. Okay, so now entering this new world, okay, that we're all stepping into is telepathy. Open up your third ear, okay? Believe what you hear. If it is gentle, makes sense, and you can see it through the person, right? The more you trust your third ear, the more you trust what you hear, okay? Especially when you're with somebody. Okay, like I am with people every day. I experience people and I see people and I share with people every day. Okay, the exchange of energy is insane. You can give somebody 5 minutes of your time and they will talk about you for a fucking year straight about this one conversation that they had with this one person at a store because nobody looks at them. Right? Like, how we are in this life is how we go out. And the more we demonstrate a smile every day, do you know, like, one lady at this one place I was working came up to me and handed me $20. And she goes, I haven't seen anybody smile for months, thanks, and walked away. And my boss looked at me at the time. I was like working at a Ricky's in Calgary in Alberta. And I don't know what it was about me that day, but my boss, like, even kind of, like, she almost got angry with me. And I was like, are you mad? Like, and she was like, well, I just don't understand why somebody would just hand you $20. And I'm like, Do you think I can fucking make sense of it? Like, why are you questioning me about this right now? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is how you make money. You want to serve somebody? You make it the best experience of their life. Because guess what, honey? People don't gotta come to you for nothing with their money that they just worked really fucking hard for. So whatever you're in, it's almost like you have gotten around the fact that this person wants to take everything from you. So you've gotten smart about shit, and when you get smart about things, you literally outwit the devil himself. Okay? Because people can't tempt you. You just turn around and walk away. Like, are you kidding me, bitch? I can make this a fucking different way. I don't gotta do it your way. By bending over and taking something up the ass that I don't need to. Right? When you learn strategy and structure with yourself because you turn around and you walk away from some karmic debt that's telling you have to work for them. No. The reason why they're telling you that you have to work for them is because karmically they're working for somebody else. And they don't want to have to, like, honestly, that's why people are so stupid, okay, when they have these karmic debts that they have to pay with people, and then they go and have kids. And they take innocent people like you and I that are friends with them, or family members with them, or ex-boyfriends with them, or girlfriends with them. They start siphoning off our energy to give energy to their kids because they still have karmics that they're trying to pay off. Like, that is not a fucking energy exchange. That is energy stolen. That is somebody sucking your batteries dry because they can't pay their own bills. Have you been in a relationship like that? Because I certainly have. More than one. Okay, but I didn't really fucking realize what was going on. Because when you're young and you're naive, how the fuck are you gonna know what's going on? And when you got time to care about that shit. Okay, not only do you not have time to fucking try to Sherlock Holmes a situation and dive in deep of who's siphoning your energy and who's fucking stealing souls from you, but at the same time you're like, I gotta go to work today, so I really don't have time to think about this. Like, it is so hard. People don't realize that what mass manipulation does to people who have to go to work every day. Like, no wonder people jump off buildings. No wonder people put guns in their mouths. Like, they're at the end of the road, and people are still pushing them to do work for them. Do you know how hard that is? Do you know how fucked that is? And do you know how many people that kind of shit hits every day that you have no idea about? Because all you're trying to do is just make money and go to work and fucking pay your rent, and I don't know, maybe buy some food if you can. Like people don't know, they don't realize, because they're in these positions where they can steal energy. Well, guess what? You're in a position where you can steal energy too, but you're not. So, what's that say? Right? Just because you can do it, it doesn't mean that you should. And just because you can do it, it doesn't mean that if it happens to you, you go around and do it to other people. Shut it down. Right? And that's why I made that video for the members, which was how to summon your energy back. Because if you go, okay, hypothetically speaking, if you go, okay, you shut your eyes, you call somebody in that you know is taking your energy, and you go, I want my energy back. And they look at you and they go, no. And you go, oh, okay, and walk away. It's your energy. They don't get to say no to giving it back, and they don't get to say no to paying it back, although they think they can, because everybody can steal and not pay it back. Everybody can break the law. They think they're so fucking smart, but guess what? They're actually really fucking stupid, because if they realized the debts that they were collecting from other people, they would realize that now they have to come back and pay all of that back. They're going to end up being these bosses that have employees walk all over them. They're going to end up paying people that do nothing for them, because their energy and their money is going to go to nothing, because it all gets siphoned. It gets sucked to you. It's just now you've got to come back in another lifetime because these idiots. So what I try to tell the energies that I'm summoning my energy back from, I tell them my energy is coming back to me that you've stolen. What you have to pay back, I am now going to require. And if you make me wait for it, and I have to come back here in another lifetime, I'm coming straight to you. And guess what, honey? It's at a times 10 at that point. So you want to keep fucking with me, or you want to just eat shit now? Because you've made me eat shit for 20 fucking years because of this. But you won't take a bite? I don't think so. No. No. Have you ever seen Murder in the First? Do you know that people just spend 40, 50 years in jail that have done nothing? Why do you think that is? It's either a karmic debt that's getting put on them and they're being told to pay it, or they put so many people in jail, or they judge so many people and they got it so wrong in another lifetime that they're sitting behind bars and they have to think about what they did, while their soul rots there with them. So that's why I'm like, everything is, you have to remember, a double-sided, it is a two-sided coin. Everything. Like, whether it's good or it's bad, we're all suffering from either one or the other. And sometimes you get the good first, and sometimes you get the bad first. And the way that I see it, I've gotten the shit end of the stick the entire fucking time since I got here. So if it doesn't fucking turn around and give me the clean end, which I'm really fucking hoping is this North Node, okay, turning around to that South end and being like, I'm not fucking doing this anymore. I cannot continue to look at this shit. If I don't turn around and walk away and get what I deserve, I'm not going to sit here dwelling on this misery for you to gain my power, because I know that's what you're doing. And I don't care if people believe you. It doesn't matter. It's almost better to not tell people about it, because if they don't believe you, then slowly you might start to think that it's not happening. And if people don't believe you and they start to call you crazy and they start shit-talking you around everywhere, then it's like, well, maybe I am crazy. Then maybe you're going to start to think that it's not fucking true. So to just keep your words to yourself and just keep your journeys to yourself is so much better than going around telling everybody about it. Right? Like, I tell you maybe 5% of what I go through. And I only tell you because I know that there are people that are listening that really want that message. I don't fucking tell you guys everything. Are you kidding? I wouldn't be a witch if I did. I wouldn't have powers if I told you everything that came to me or everything that I do. Bitches have secrets. Witches have secrets. Just like snitches get stitches. You know what I mean? Keep your fucking secrets. That's the high priestess inside of you. Whether or not you're a male or female, keep that shit to yourself. Why do you gotta go around telling everybody that fucking doomsday's here? Don't really gotta say it. I tell you doomsday's here because it's not for you. It's for somebody else. And if you decide to email them or call them and be like, I kind of have a feeling someone's going to hit you, that's on you. But this is about somebody that is around you, something that you've had to go through that is now flipping because of them. So I tell you because it has something to do with you, but the consequence is on them. See how tarot works? That's where we've got to start kind of like noticing where tarot cards are kind of speaking to you, or like readers are speaking to you, but they're almost speaking through a third party because there's an interference. There's always interference in everything. That's why you have to be really careful what you channel and what you hear and get connected to yourself, so then these things that are happening to you and these karmic debts that you're walking away from, you actually know that you're walking away from and you don't have to be a part of anymore. So, like, stop being nice to people. Honestly. If you don't feel like you gotta be nice that day, fucking don't. Because you could be crossing people's paths that have fucked you over for centuries, and you gotta look at them face to face today, and you don't want to smile. Right? Like, be how you need to be, because that's how you feel. And that's it. Right? That's it. Like justice is here. It doesn't really matter if anybody hears it, sees it, believes it. Why does that matter? Judgment Day comes when everybody least expects it. So just try to keep yourself level-headed and in a very honest frame of mind. Because of the soul swap, I don't want people to get angry, because when you get angry, you could get locked in what you're in. So if your soul's coming back and now you're swapping souls back again, try to, if you feel like this is you, try to keep your energy very light, very bright, okay, for the next like couple days, couple hours, whenever you feel like, because when your soul hits you, when the direct one comes back, that clearly has been derailed for I don't know how long. Okay, it might be kind of like a deja vu day. You might get a lot of like flashbacks from another time. You might all of a sudden want to watch Braveheart. Honestly, it's stuff that things are going to come back to you because that work ethic was gone for a very long time. You had a strong work ethic. That's like blacksmith shit. Okay, that's time where people didn't have time to sit around on their couches and watch TV. There was no such thing as TV. There was get that fire started. Okay, everyone everybody get into your stone or your hay bed, pull your sheep's goat fucking comforter over you, and try to sleep with your dirty ass feet in dirt. Okay, honestly, this was not a time whenever this person did this to you, whenever they swapped shit with you, they used it as a sexual energy. And I think that this person has been doing this to you for a very long time. It's not just this lifetime. This person has been knowing what they can do, and they slip in when you least expect it because of their looks. And I don't even think you're expecting it. I almost think that this is a demon that's been fucking with you for a while. Right? I almost think that this is something that like, I almost feel like maybe over the centuries you have had a problem with attraction. And it's followed you from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime because it knows that you will only see it with your eyes. And you can't sense that it's something else. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Fallen, nefarious possession, right? Taking over a body. I think this demon has been taking over a body and really fucking with you. And these demons are good and they're bad. That's the thing. And like, when the bad ones come in, then the good ones want to notify you. Oh, okay. So we've got, as you can see, we've got 4 demons on the table, but 3 of them always like to work together. So, okay, so you've had one demon that helps you fight. It gives you strength because of how much is sucked from you. Simmies? Simius? I think that's how you pronounce it. So I think this demon has been helping you for a while, okay? I think this one helps you fight, right? Because they know that you get fucked with. So with these temptations, with these 2 of cups, okay, with these men or women, okay, whatever your preference is. So the demon who keeps switching souls with you is Bifron. Okay, Bifron, he's a little snaky bastard, clearly. Like I said, I mean, these things have 2 energies just like anybody else. They can go good, they can go bad. It just depends, it depends what they get, I guess. And I think that this one has been messing with you for a while. And it uses the energy, okay, of Belial, which is this temptation, this energy that you can't resist, okay? No matter how much you try, it is something that you just can't grasp, right? It's a certain type of person, right? And it just grabs you every time. And now this is the lifetime where I believe you're going to get a hold of it. Okay? I really think that this is the lifetime where you're going to beat it. And the reason why I think you're going to believe... Okay, the only way that you can beat this spell, okay, the only way that you can beat this is if you end up being with a person because of their heart. So, that's why Salos is here. Okay, so you've got this is why this guy's here, okay? This entity is here because he's trying to show you the love between 2 people and not the look, okay? The reason why I know you are not going to see this person for the way they look is because your eyes you're physically blinding them. You're going to blind yourself, okay? Not in a way where, like, you take your sight away from you or anything, okay? But I think somebody's going to get into your vicinity, okay, and it's going to be your senses that you use to draw yourself towards them, not your eyes. Your eyes are going, it's almost like you might not even notice this person until they open up to you, because you're now just going to be blind to it. You're like, you know what? I don't care who it is that comes into my life, as long as they are a good person and they make me laugh, we have a strong connection. I don't give a fuck what they look like. I'm sick of judging people by the way that they look in a relationship, right? They have to be attractive before you date them. Well, how about dating somebody that you don't really find attractive? Because halfway through the evening, halfway through the night, they could do something, or the light shines on them in some weird way, or they take off their sweater, or they take off their jacket, and you're like, what the fuck? That's what's underneath all this? Like, yo, tell me how this guy, okay, I didn't really like him. I kind of thought he was like a little bit of a Neanderthal, kind of like, I'm stupid, you know? He took his shirt off, and I was like, that's what's been underneath there this whole time? And it wasn't because of what his body looked like, but suddenly once I saw him without a shirt on, it made the whole ensemble look better. You know, like, I mean, I know that sounds bad, but I'm saying it from a genuine piece of my heart, where I'm like, I couldn't see him, right? Not because I was trying to look at him, but I couldn't see him until he revealed himself to me. And then, no matter what he did, I didn't really care about his looks. It was like, okay, now I know what you look like. Now I know that we're friends, but where's the intellectual part of this? Because it still has to be more than just what you see, right? So if you know, honestly, I feel like there could be a relationship coming through where it's like, which is why it's Libra, right? Something justice, you know, justice always is blind, right? Almost somebody that kind of just takes your breath away at the last second. And this person could be around you forever. You might know this person. I don't know who I'm talking about, and I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know that sometimes you don't see somebody until you drop the veil, until you drop the persona, until you drop the whole, well, I'm not attracted to you. Well, how could you not be attracted to somebody if you are attracted to them, in a sense where you're being drawn to them? Right? And a lot of things, opposites attract, right? A lot of people that, just because they do not look like you, just because they're not all tatted up like you, or just because they're not pierced like you, or just because they're not a witch like you or a punk like you, it doesn't mean that they're not totally intrigued by you. Like, you might meet somebody that's like fucking red collar and you're tatted from head to fucking toe, and this person doesn't have any tattoos at all, right? Opposites attract. Why would somebody want to date somebody that they look identical to? Right? That's the demon. Okay, I think that's where we get the opposite effect, where we date people that we look like because we're shallow. Right? We want a hot piece of ass if we're a hot piece of ass. Or we want a lump of coal because we're a lump of coal. Right? Like, you will attract what you are and what you're becoming. So if this person has... if you're walking away from karmic debt, and that karmic debt comes along with a soul swap, that, you know what I was thinking too? I was thinking about that movie Shallow Hal today, because there is this veil that's being dropped, okay, and it has to be dropped because do you remember that movie Shallow Hal from like way back in the day? It's got like that short fat guy in it, and he's just judging women left, right, and center, and then all of a sudden this like gypsy or some witch or whatever puts this spell on him, and he can't see appearance anymore. He can only see personality, and how that person's personality is how he sees them. And then he realizes at the end that he's been dating all these really fat people because for one, he's attracted to fat people in his mind because they have the best personality for him. But he's going for all these skinny little fucking idiots. No offense if you're small and little, okay? But in the movie, okay, that are way out of his league, that he can't get, and that are treating him like shit. So... man, this is a really cool reading. I was wondering if this message was going to come out, because maybe that's what it is, you know? It's like really using all your other senses to connect. And never, like, your eyes are just there so then you can see. Okay, so you're not blind. Okay, but they're not there to shoot the story anymore, or to, line something up that really isn't going on. Your eyes are just there for sight now, and I think you're going to be called to do things. Right? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe, okay, so you're not following with your eyes anymore, South Node. Okay, you're not following with your eyes anymore. It's like bat senses. You're following with everything else. And you're just using your eyes for direction. You're just using your eyes so you don't run into walls or run into trees or run into other people, right? You're just using your eyes for safety, but you're following your nose, you're listening, okay? You're following what you're saying. You're following something else. So like everything I feel like on the collective is open. And if it's not open, it is opening. Okay, whatever it is that's happening with you, or like that's with this new soul. Like that's because you're getting a part of your soul back that has been taken for a really long time, and it was switched with somebody else's. So you, even though you have your memory, you have your downloads, you have your computer chips still up there, you remember things. It's not your pure essence because that's been using up by somebody else. Wow. Woo! Well, I guess that's the reading. I'm trying to figure out, like, is there anything else I have to say? And now I'm like, okay, we're 52 minutes in. Clearly, the message is over. That makes sense. Okay, there is nothing more to say. Woo! My gosh, I can't believe I've been on here for an hour. People. All right. So, I hope this resonates, okay? Always, like I say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, okay? If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Personal readings, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com, okay? Or just love the channel. It's all up to you. I do have personal readings open right now. Yeah. See how those fill. And thank you to everybody. Thank you to the collective. Okay. Thank you to our moderators for the channel. All right. Keeping the chat safe. Thank you to everybody. Okay. I say thank you for the emails and just an overall thank you. I want to thank the energies coming in. Okay. This was a really important message, and I think it's been taking a really long time to come out. So that's why I say, just take what resonates. Look at Bifron's already coming out again. Like, honestly, this soul swap is done. Okay, the whole soul swapping thing with you is done. This person is not allowed to do this anymore. So don't be surprised if you feel some weird energy over the next little while. Okay, that's your energy coming back, and that's a lot of your soul coming back. Okay, and your soul tribe too. So yeah, that's it. Thank you to everybody for watching. Okay, thank you everybody for being here. Have a really great day, and namaste. Thank you. I'm just gonna a minute to read the chat here. Yeah, I feel ya, Linda. I'm a little pissed off too, buddy. Yes, they are spell work. Irene, why did you retract all your messages? Oh, Tina's here. Hey, Tina. Tina. Tina, I turned you into a moderator. She's good shit. Hey, Leo. Yeah, Pam, you got on here finally. My goodness. Hey, ABC. Man, at least you guys haven't had to remove too many things. Jeez. All right, pretty slow chat. A lot of shit retracted. But that's not too bad. All right. Okay. Well, everybody, thanks for being here. Woo! I don't know when I'm going on live next, but I look forward to seeing you all here. Goodbye.